Okay, for the group recruiting and supporting students who are academically younger or from community college students, if you have a reporter who can come up, great.
Hello, I was the reporter and scribe for this group. We didn't so much talk about the actual recruitment process, but more about the what was just mentioned about how you work with mentors to prepare them, and how once the students get there, some of the process involved. So there was a few large-scale themes that came up. One of which was the importance of mentor preparation, and mentors in this case can be anybody from senior faculty right down to a fellow community college student, and making sure that that you have people who are invested in the success of these students as part of your mentoring team. The concept of pairing students was one that was discussed quite extensively. The pairs can be anything from having a community college student paired with a senior four-year student, having two community colleges students paired together, and there was a nice idea of having a former community college transfer student as the mentor pair for a current community college student, since they will have a much better idea of what the current community college student is facing. We discussed the concept of making sure that mentors are not dumbing down their expectations for community college students, that these students feel it when they say, oh, well, you're not able to do this. And so trying to strike a balance between what is a challenging project that's appropriately pitched, that's got the mentors will be invested in seeing the success of, but that finding this balance between the three of these aspects is something that's really critical for the students feeling like they belong there. By dumbing down projects, you make them feel like they're not welcome or they shouldn't be there in the first place. We talked about how you prepare students who are academically junior, and the idea of like a summer school at the beginning of the project, or providing them with expectations before they get to the program. So asking the mentors what their number one requirement is for the student, whether they need them to be able to code or whether they need them to be able to be good at statistics or whatever it might be, and give the students a heads up that this is what's going to be expected of you, so they have some time to make their own preparations for this in advance. Anything else that there was a very nice phrase that I think Marianne mentioned, and it's ask three, then ask me. And it's this idea of near peer mentoring again, where you encourage students to ask three other peers or near peers the question that they have before they go to their mentor. And that helps to reduce the load on their mentors, and helps the mentors to be a little bit less having them to be hold their hands a little bit less, and that the students have the appearance of a little bit more autonomy in that regard. I think that was all of the main points that we covered. Is there anything else that I've missed? Okay, all right, thank you.